Hey, what's up? This is Mike. I'm V, and this is the Mike and V Bodybuilding Show back at the Mecca. What's up?
Episode 17.
18?
18 in the house. They're gathering folks quickly.
Waylon Martin, owner of Iron Affinity. It's the new home of the Mike and V Bodybuilding Show. We got him today. Excited to talk about what's going on, getting in on the ground level with him, ground level with the Mike and V Bodybuilding Show. Guys, this website is going to smoke MD. It's going to smoke RX Muscle. It's awesome. So without further ado, Waylon Martin.
In the house. Waylon
What's up,
Martin, the host of our new show.
Yeah.
We're excited to have you out, bro. And Waylon came up from live in Tucson?
Tucson, Arizona.
Cool.
Born and raised.
Nice. So tell us, man. Tell us a little bit. You know, we talked a little bit earlier about the show and about, you know, what you're doing with your website and your vision. So, dude, let's just get right at it. Let's talk about a little bit about Iron Affinity, the vision of it, and where it's going, and what's coming up with it, and then where the Mike and V show fits with it. And
Well, for the last year, I've been really into the bodybuilding media aspects of things, and just following the sport in general as a fan, kind of. And I picked up on, we've all seen MD, we've all seen RX, and now MPC News Online is developing too.
Right.
And so I thought, you know, I've seen how these guys have gone about it, and I want to bring something new, a new perspective into the game, and something fresh, something to excite the bodybuilding community.
Sure.
And also really bring out the West Coast as a whole. I feel like Arizona, and more importantly, just the West Coast in general, is underexposed, we don't get
Well, and I
enough.
agree with you that our
Why
state
we started our show.
is underexposed. I mean, this state has some of the, right now we have some of the top pros and some of the top amateurs coming out of this state. We're turning pros left and right, and we're getting really very little or next to nothing in recognition.
And the site won't be an Arizona-based site, but it will be heavily, exactly.
Right.
A lot of Arizona athletes, but really everywhere. If you live in Arabia, we'll get footage. With
So
you.
it will be, just so we know, it's going to be a nationwide deal,
Exactly.
right?
And eventually international. So
Perfect.
there you go.
It's awesome. So as far as like, talk to me just a little bit about how are you going to be different? How is our site, how is this home for us going to be different? How is it going to be different than MD? How is it going to be different than
How are they going to
Muscle?
remember your website over RX? Like, what's the big difference?
Well, starting off, we're going to be about 20 years younger, the average age of the people on the site. So I think that's a big boost.
It is. It gives
you
a
know,
whole different perspective.
Exactly. And then we're also going to have shows like this. You know, we're going to bring original programming, original content, and we're also going to stay bodybuilding oriented. I feel like a lot of sites really try to. They get into CrossFit. They get into all these other things because they see the cash, but they don't. You know.
Don't ask me if I do CrossFit.
And
Okay.
exactly. And so I want to stick with what I know,
Right.
and that's
Right.
it.
Well, and it makes sense. I mean, and we're not out here to bash anything, to be quite honest with you. But what you notice now is when I see some of the other sites, it's so far off. It's like the topics that they're talking about are so has nothing to do with our sport. You know what I mean? And
I don't want to know
think
how
that's
someone's
really-
weekend's going. I want to know how to train.
Right. No, I totally agree. I think that's a great platform.
And then you're going to have nationwide podcasts too.
Exactly. And that's another thing.
And we're going to be hopefully be a part of the podcast. You know,
I will be
interviewing-
bringing on these two onto the site. They're already, you've seen their TV show already, but we're going to be developing now a podcast in the future. And that will actually be more nationally focused.
Right.
And so we can get people from around the country on the show. That'll be hopefully soon after the site goes up. But we will be going with the TV show from launch day one.
And that end of launch date is like right before the Olympia?
Yeah, definitely before the Olympia, early September. So around that time phase, you guys got it.
So obviously you're a bodybuilder yourself.
A little bit. I lift weight here and
Yeah,
there.
and you've done a show. You're going to get back on. I know you're going to probably do a show again.
Eventually,
A
we'll
little
see.
busy right now with the website, but what was it that inspired you to get into competitive bodybuilding?
What inspired me to get into competitive bodybuilding? I would say it was my leftover athletics from high school. I got out of high school and I was an athlete. But I was a 5'9" white guy, and I didn't have many options.
Right.
And so really, bodybuilding came to me. You know, that's how I put it. So yeah, that's.
Well, dude, I seen the picture that you put up from your first show compared to when, I don't know when that other pic was. Maybe it was very
Yeah.
recent.
It was pretty recent.
Dude, you got to see this pic, man.
Really?
You're talking about, and this is no offense, we're talking about a stick figure to somebody that's, I mean, what a transformation,
Yeah,
dude. So that's
yeah.
got to be positive.
You guys
you
all
know?
natural.
That's exactly.
I mean, that's really awesome to see the progress, you know. And how old are you?
I'm 23.
Oh, geez, this kid's so young. You got nothing but time
Yeah,
too,
man.
you know. And that's really the benefit that you got. And the other thing that I see with that is your vision. And when I see somebody this young and have that kind of vision, it inspires me. It makes me want to help people.
Yeah,
and that's why we
passion.
really want to do this, you know,
Yeah.
is we want to help not only grow the Mike and V show, but
Exactly.
we want to grow the website. You know,
Exactly.
we want to give no bullshit kind of stuff. You know, we're not here to stroke egos. We're not here to do anything but give people in Arizona or nationwide now a platform to be able to
bodybuilding.
exactly
A platform for bodybuilding.
And when we do say bodybuilding, guys, we refer to this as a whole. We don't discriminate against men's physique, women's physique, figure, fitness,
Physique
whatever
culture,
it might be.
physique culture in general.
Absolutely.
Fitness lifestyle.
Exactly.
You know? And you know, and you're into it. You're a bodybuilder, so you know, to have a website and be part of something, you have that inner, you know what we're thinking about. You know what the psyche of a bodybuilder is, and so I think we have, you know, a better advantage over some areas where, you know, you get somebody out of Harvard and they're not a bodybuilder, but they know how to write.
I'll say this is that I'm passionate about the sport and I'm passionate about this site, and I think that we're off to a great start. So
Right.
far,
Yeah, me too.
And you know, the other thing too that I want to talk about a little bit is about the media coverage that we've talked about. Having media coverage here, having either me or V or Waylon or some of us back here, and we're going to start having the media coverage here in Arizona. We're working on getting the media coverage in California. I mean, we really want to be a part of this.
Next week, actually September 2nd on Labor Day weekend, I'll be in Venice Beach filming for Joe Wheatley Productions for the Muscle Beach contest. So that's just a start right there.
Perfect. That's awesome.
Great show, fun show, and then, you know, it's too bad that him and Joe Wheatley and John Lindsay can't really work that out so they could, promote
He's
shows
a great.
together.
Joe Wheatley is a great promoter. He's been
Yeah.
helpful with the whole process, very supportive, and I can't thank him enough for
Yeah.
how much he's been supportive.
Great guy, Joe.
Have you done his shows, dude? Did you do his shows, right?
Yeah. Yeah, but he treats the athletes like gold.
Exactly.
Right.
And, you know, talk about guest posers and just, you know, we talk about the mecca of Arizona, Metroflex, but you get down to Venice Beach on a Muscle Beach.
That's the
I mean,
Mecca.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
you
know,
got the
everybody
Mecca.
down there. I mean, I'm down there pumping up, and Arnold Schwarzenegger's going by with security. And,
Exactly.
You know,
Exactly.
I got
It
more
just
media
seems like
coverage from that one show.
It
that I
seems
did
like a
for-
fun event, and he's a good guy, and so I have to support him and his show. So
That's awesome, dude. Well, coming from our perspective, man, I know we've talked a lot about this since you and I have talked. We just continue to get more and more excited. I think we're humbled and honored that you came to us and said, "Hey guys, we want, we like this. I like this. We want to move this forward." So, I'm proud to be a part of it, and I appreciate the fact that you reached out to us, and we're going to work together collectively and continue to help bodybuilding.
and I'm glad to have you guys as part of Iron Infinity. I think it's going to be a huge asset, and we're going to take the West Coast and bodybuilding as a whole to another level.
I agree.
I just meeting you. I met you the first time today, and obviously we had a conference call, but just the energy. That
Oh,
you
the
have.
energy the dude puts out is
it's
great.
just
I mean, it's very much.
And it's
in
just
the
like the three of
circle.
us all, and so that's a recipe for success.
It really is.
Thank you very much.
You know, and I said in the last episode, and I say it a lot, that, excellence is not by accident, and we didn't meet here today. We're not here
Right.
by accident.
We're not here for
And you
that.
said that when you walked in.
Exactly.
You know what? And I said, we're all getting on the ground level. This is no accident.
It's not a coincidence.
It's not a coincidence. It's
Well,
right. All right.
That's what's so great.
Anything else that you want to say out to the people before we?
I want to say, make sure early September, hopefully earlier September, to check out IronInfinity.com for your latest news on everything pertaining to bodybuilding. So,
And if you guys
IFBB
do,
and NPC, natural shows, everything.
independent promoters, if you have any out there, we got your back as well.
Nice.
Anything.
and also guys, if you have questions about the site, about where it's going, what's going on, you can contact me through Facebook. You can contact Waylon. You can get a hold of me at MikeBestBodybuilding.com. Is there a website that you got going on?
IronInfinity.com is under development right now. It's just a picture, so don't let that fool you, but we will have a fully programmed functioning site within 2 or 3 weeks.
Perfect.
Right. Well, Waylon Martin, Mike Bass, Vincent DJ Hils for the Mike and V Bodybuilding Show.
Episode 18, launch off, IronInfinity.com, Mike and V Show,
SNS
MHTH,
Peoria
Peoria
Ford.
Ford. We're growing, people.
We're getting all these sponsors. Thanks again for watching, everybody.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you very much. Have a good one.